Tip number 7. Number 7 is resist the urge to retaliate. Ask God to help you to suppress all your negative thoughts and emotions, and anything, any thoughts of retaliation. And don't worry about when will they experience the hurt and pain that they inflicted on you. Never. Always try to avoid worrying about, well, when are they going to get paid back? When are they going to feel how they made me feel? That's where a lot of people go wrong, and that's why a lot of people harbor a lot of bitterness, and they find it very hard to forgive because they're so worried about when that person's going to be paid back. And that's another part of forgiveness that makes it hard for some folk, because they feel like, well, if this person is not going to get what they deserve, I shouldn't forgive them. But the truth is, that's not our business. We don't have to worry about that. I got a scripture to show it's not our business. We got Romans 12 and 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. So once again, we got to let God deal with that. Put it in God's hands. Let God handle it. God knows he knows how to handle things way better than us. When you take vengeance against someone or you retaliate, you actually, make the situation a lot worse. A lot of times you wind up hurting yourself in the midst of trying to hurt someone else. Both persons get hurt, and then it always makes your character look bad. I remember I went through a situation where I wanted to get a person back, and I did something, because they had made me so mad. I was so tired of them slandering me and just saying all these horrible things about me. And it's like, I will tell you, God had to teach me a tough lesson about vengeance. And ever since then, I learned, let God handle it. Turn it over to Jesus. He can repay people way better than we can. And not only that, it makes, even though it might be not be you who initiated the problem or caused the problem, it actually makes your character look bad. People look at you like, oh, how could you? How could you do that to someone? And you're like, oh, well, they did this to me. It makes you look crazy. Vengeance is never good. It's never wise. And God knows, he knows everybody's number, whether we believe it or not. Some people call it karma and all this other stuff. I don't believe in karma, but I know that God knows everybody's number. That's all I got to say. If you've been good, he knows your number when you've been doing good things. He knows your number if he has to hit your line because you've been doing bad stuff too. And then we got number 8, sign number 8, fast. Fast to get God to change your heart posture towards the person if you have to. And a lot of times we do have to fast. We have to do what we have to do to get those I'm going to say those bad spirits or however we're feeling about the person. Fast. Ask God to help you. Be like, God, please give me strength. Help me to not feel the way I'm feeling about this person. I don't like that I'm feeling this way. Just be honest with God. Express yourself. Let him know. I don't want to hate anybody. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to, have all these negative emotions. And of course, 1 Peter 5 and 7 again, cast your cares upon God, for he careth for you. Cast your burdens, cast your anxieties, your worries, everything. Number 9, tip 9, don't allow your forgiveness to be contingent upon their apology or their behaviors. Don't let your forgiveness be contingent upon that. The thing with forgiveness is you can forgive them whether they're sorry or not. They may not ever say the right words. They might not ever say the right words to fix the situation. They might not ever change their behavior to a point where it's like, okay, now I feel okay. But you still have to have it in your mind that you're willing to forgive. So I've got a few more scriptures. I've got Matthew's chapter 18, and we've got verse 21 through 22. And 21 says, Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? And Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. So I don't know, everybody may not be mathematicians here, but if you do the math on 70 times 7, that's 490 times. And basically, that's a lot of forgiving. That's a lot of offending, and it's a lot of forgiving. But, at the same time, God said that his forgiveness, his mercy towards us is endless. So why shouldn't ours be? Why shouldn't our forgiveness and our mercy be endless? But another thing that I'm going to say is another portion of the scripture tells us if you have to forgive someone 490 times, you need to get away from them. You ain't got no business around this person. This is somebody that cannot have access to you. They absolutely cannot have access. And that's what I want to talk about in step 10. But it's like, whoa, if I got to forgive you 490 times, you know, I definitely, I got to use my discernment and my wisdom that says we don't have any dealings anymore. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So then I'm going to go with step number 10. Step number 10 is forgiveness may not always equal reconciliation right away, but pray for God to take their stony hearts away. So once again, that's the verse Ezekiel 36:26 from the King James Version that I shared a little earlier. And all I can say about forgiveness is, once again, it may not always equal restoration, which we can talk about in another video, and it also may not always equal access. So the thing about forgiveness is you can forgive, but you still have the right to have boundaries. You still have the right to say, I forgive, but I have boundaries. And the boundaries that I'm setting say that I can't tolerate abuse, or I can't tolerate disrespect, or I can't tolerate manipulation, bullying, intimidation, whatever it is that you feel is too much temptation for you, and that will cause you to have bitterness in your heart or find difficulty with forgiving a person. Those are the things that you have to set the boundary with. It's okay to forgive someone, and it's okay to still love them. It's okay to still love them. You gotta love them. God has called us to love. But sometimes restoration and access looks different. Everybody will not have access to you. There's some people that you have to forgive, and you have to keep them as far away from you as possible. But they're forgiven, you know? Some people can't have access to your life anymore. Some people have done really, really wicked things that makes it where you have to deny their access. And you're doing this out of safety. This is out of